What's going on YouTube? Welcome back for another quick video. In today's video we're working on my buddy's 77 280Z. We're going to be working on the brakes a little bit. We'll be showing you how to paint your brake calipers and also the hubs on the brakes. On the car we're actually doing an upgrade. We're upgrading the caliper to a 4-piston. So we have new calipers. So we'll still show you how to prep these a little bit. But what's going to take a little bit more prep is actually going to be the hubs. You can see there's a bunch of buildup from the years. But it's actually a really good example of why we're going to paint it. The paint obviously helps with the aesthetics of the car, but it's also going to help with protection of the car moving forward. We're obviously building this car, so it's going to be around for another long while. And so we'll just show you how to prep it. We're going to use a couple different tactics, and we'll show you how to do that, alright? Okay, so like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to be upgrading to a 4-piston caliper. He just is going to be using the car a lot, kind of wants more modern technology, better stopping power. So with these, we're not actually going to be able to clean them up and show you how to do that. We'll just show you how to paint them. But we are also going to be painting the hub from the brake, so we'll be able to show you how to prep it if you're going to be using the same caliper on your car. A lot of over the years and stuff like that, it'll start to rust and things like that, which is a really important reason on why to paint it. It helps you moving forward, to protect it moving forward, and it helps with aesthetics like we said. If you are going to remove the caliper though to paint it, or if you're going to be replacing them, all you need to do is remove the hydraulic line in the back. And on this car I had 2 simple bolts that go from the back side, and it just comes right off the top. If you're going to paint it with the caliper still attached, then just make sure you cover up, take like a trash bag or something, cover up your suspension and all those other components. You don't want the overspray to get over and make it not, it'll look a little messy. But other than that, also an important note is if you are going to take the caliper off, you will have to bleed your brakes when you go to put it back on, which is a very invasive process. If you're not too familiar with it, make sure that you have a friend that does, or take it to your mechanic so that you can get it done properly. Definitely nothing to falter with. So that's it. We'll go ahead and get into getting this ready for paint, and we'll get this ready. Okay, so for the new caliper, the only prep that we're really going to need to do is clean it off with some brake cleaner, since it doesn't have any buildup or rust. To prep it for that, we just want to make sure that the bleeder valve here is closed, and then where the hydraulic valve goes into is also closed. The brake cleaner can also be a little harmful to the rubber seals inside the caliper where the piston systems are. So we just covered it up with some blue tape. To clean it, we're just using some brake cleaner. We're just going to go ahead and clean it pretty much all over and get it ready for paint. Okay, so we've gone and cleaned both of our brake calipers. Like I said, pretty simple. All we used was the brake cleaner. We did two coats, if you will, just to make sure we got as much dirt as we possibly can. And as far as the hubs, I kind of did one already. Just clean it up a little bit. Obviously the goal with paint, like I said, is to prep. The prep is really just to try and get as much of a clean surface as you can so that the paint really sticks and kind of sits there to last. To clean it, what we used first was the brake cleaner, just to get off as much as we possibly could with that. Then we used our wire wheel. We have it attached to the drill. Really picked up a lot of the rust and stuff, took off years of that. And then we have a 220 grit sandpaper to kind of go through and really sand it down. Again, just trying to get that flat surface so that when we go to spray paint it, the paint is able to adhere and stays on there for a long time. So we'll go ahead and get this one, and I'll show you the steps using the brake cleaner, the wire wheel, and the sandpaper to get it cleaned and ready for paint. Okay, so the first step is just to try to remove as much of the gross or loose stuff from the hub here. Again, using our brake cleaner, and you'll see how much is able to come off with just this. So with one coat, you can see how much of the loose grime came off. So we'll go ahead and wait a couple minutes, do another set with the brake cleaner, and then we'll get into the wire wheel. Okay, so we've let a couple minutes pass by and let the brake cleaner dry up a little bit. Now to do the rest of it, we're going to use the wire wheel, which when you go to use this, you're going to want to again use your respiratory and eye protection. It's going to get a lot of that grime up and definitely stuff you don't want to breathe or get into your eyes. So make sure you take your precautions. To use it, you're just going to use gentle to firm pressure against it and let the wire wheel do the work. Okay, so after using the wire wheel, the last thing we're gonna do, we sprayed a little bit more brake cleaner on it. We're gonna take our 220 grit sandpaper and just try and get it as smooth as possible. We're not really going for anything perfect, but we just want to make sure that we have a surface that's gonna accept the paint and be able to sit there for a long time. Alright, so we finished using the sandpaper. The surface is nice and smooth, ready to get paint put on. You can see from here all of the stuff that came off of this side of the hub by itself. Definitely would make it really hard for that paint to stick. So now that we're ready, we're going to go ahead and put it in our box, get ready to put some spray paint. Alright, so now that all the prep work is done, all the hard work, the only thing left to do is to actually spray paint. We've already started on these two right here. The best thing to do is just follow the label on the back of your spray can. Basically it tells you exactly how to use it. In general, you're going to want to keep it about 8 to 10 inches away from the item that you're spray painting. You're going to do like a sweeping motion back and forth. You want to do generally really light coats. Let it sit for about 10 minutes after you finish a coat, see how it sits, and then you can add coats as you need it. So we'll just go ahead and shake our can before we use it. About 8 to 10 inches away, sweeping back and forth. So after we finish all the paint and you're happy with the coats and how it looks, the next thing to do is just assemble it. Again, I can't reiterate it enough. Make sure that if you take off the calipers, you do have to bleed your brake lines, and you know, that's it. Just make sure that you put the assembly back, you know, just how you took it off, and you're ready to go. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Really appreciate it, like always. Please add your comments below. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for the channel. I always struggle with that, but I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, thanks.